obligation. Overflowing with these chords, got no limitations. Try to match my battle spirit, I'm just hitting combinations. Competition ain't in my division, looking like some light work. My drag will put you through the ceiling, I'm about to go berserk. Supernova, let them know I'm always repping that red side. That vibe right, we all right, no chance y'all be all
Don't
right.
matter if you black, purple, yellow, red, or white. Cause I seen heroes save the dark inside of...
All right, and we're back. What's good, y'all? I feel like it's been forever since we've like semi all been on camera. I know we still missing like 2 members, but
No, I
No.
haven't been on camera since the last time that we were all together. So no, it's been a minute. Oh no, wait, I lie. I was here at WrestleMania. Here for night one. Was here for night one.
WrestleMania was a fun time.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm still disgusted about the fact that I had to work Sunday. It was terrible.
Listen, Sunday was also low key trash. So like, John Cena winning was like,
We knew that was gonna happen though. We knew that was gonna happen.
and it's been trash. It's anyway. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a lot of stuff before we get to our main topic. Because it's been so long. It's anime. We haven't talked about any of the new animes we're watching. We haven't talked about any of the mangas. We haven't talked about any of the cons. Because I feel like I've been to at least one con since we've been back. DreamCon's coming up. There's so much stuff happening. And like the Switch 2 controversy, which we definitely got to get in. But since we've been gone so long, let's not act like we don't need to introduce ourselves. I am Maul, your friendly neighborhood menace. Y'all know me, you love me, and if you're looking for me, you can find me on BlerdxTrapHouse on Instagram, on TikTok, and UNAB Facebook on Facebook. My right next to me is my boy holding his baby. J Will, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
What up, though? J Will, aka the best gen ever. I'll be in the daddy. So it's always good to be back in the trap with my people.
We missed you, dog. You out here being responsible, not being a trap ass nigga.
I'm trying to.
We respect it. In this house, we always respect good parents.
Not all of us, but
You said trying as if you're not already doing it. You know you're doing it.
I'll never give myself credit for. I'll never give myself the credit for it, but I'll just be doing my thing.
It's all an experiment so you see how they come out in the end. Anyway,
Kind of early game for me to call it, but I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she quiet, so we good. Anyway, moving on, we got the one and only bad guy over there looking like he's straight up off of May the 4th. Mikey, won't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mikey. I'm cold. Excuse you. It's freezing in here. And what's going on? It's been a while. Well, it's been a bit. That's it. That's all.
Obviously,
Nothing
you're
else
still
going on.
hungry. There's always snacks around.
Not that kind of snack.
I was just saying. I was sitting here thinking to myself, my guy is eating in his introduction. I'm with it though. I'm with it.
It's not that kind of snack.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. That's it.
all right.
And we're practicing professionalism. Thank you, Mikey.
I'm professional.
But I suppose it's my turn then, huh?
I suppose it is. Very nice man from Ohio.
I mean, y'all keep saying that, but the more I hang out with y'all in general, the more I kind of get called out. So I don't know. I don't know. But being as I was the last one here, it is what it is. But that being said, I'm Dwight. I love just hanging out with these people, and I'm happy to be back in the trap house. Jeez, it's been a month. It's been a
Dwight
month.
says that, and then he treats us like the dad of the group as we hang out doing some hood rat shit. Like we be out here dressed like niggas, doing the most, and Dwight be like, "Hi,
Say
I showed
we.
up in my polo to come party with you guys."
Oh, you said we. I am responsible.
Right. Mikey's mostly no. I'm not even.
No, you can't even get that out with a straight face. Come on now, like
I can't. I wanted to. I wanted to. I really did. There was like one moment that popped into my head when I was about to say it. And everything else just kind of like I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hi, how are you, Princess Mononoke?
we missed you.
What's good, y'all? They already said it. Princess Mononoke. How y'all doing? I am here in body, but like I told them, my spirit is still in Tokyo, Japan. Take me
That's
back.
respectable.
I want to go back. I'm happy to be in the trap house, but I should be doing this from over there. That's all. Hey, y'all. I did miss you guys.
Yay.
We missed you too, apparently. Things fell
Not
apart.
say yay at all if he was going to say it like that. Try again. Do it one more time, but with feeling.
I apologize. All my feeling went into trying to stream earlier and everything else. I'm out of energy. But hi, yeah, woo! Let's go!
Put your leftover ass energy on our stream.
That's all I needed from you. I like that.
I don't. I'm gonna show up at his house and whip his ass again. This is what happened last time.
I appreciate the effort. That looked like that took the last of what you had.
That's it. That is it. That is
I'm
it.
challenging Mikey to a steel cage match at the next con. I feel like put it on the line. Anyway, speaking of putting it on the line, how do y'all feel about the Switch 2? Because I feel like none of us got in that pre-order line.
Trash.
It's not for lack of wanting to.
I want Mario World too. But due to those new Switch licensing agreements, though, how do y'all feel about them like bricking your system? And not only that, they told you that like you don't physically own the copy. Like even the copy that you buy, like buying the game card, which is $10 more nowadays, by the way, is only like a key to unlock it from online to then be able to download the game to your Switch.
I think the only thing more disrespectful than that is the fact that they are willing and prepared and making it known how prepared they are to take legal action against people who do any type of modding against the Switch 2. Like you can't do any mods on it, or they're making it known that they're looking to sue.
So fun information about that. Let's say, and it's happened before. If you own a Switch, you'll know what I'm talking about. If your joysticks get kind of messed up, right, and you try to fix it, they will also brick your system from that. So like if there's, because obviously nothing is perfect. If your Joy-Cons mess up or whatever, you try to fix it yourself, or you try to go to somebody else, like maybe a repair shop, and they try to fix it or whatever have you. There's some kind of, I forgot what it is inside of the system, but they'll recognize it. And well, if they don't like that, which they won't, your system bricked, gone, reduced to atoms. And they're taking the page out of I guess Microsoft's book, where you don't own your games. That's why they're giving you a physical empty cartridge that you have to download the game from digitally, which at that point,
physical pass key. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. What I gotta say is, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm about to go on a sea. My name is Jack Sparrow. Arg. That's it. I do not care. I don't care. That's the last of it. They shouldn't have done that. It's over. Yep. Matter of fact, gonna pull up an emulator right now. Show how much I care.
The way that I feel about it is that Nintendo is just outside of the brick in the system. They're just saying the quiet part out loud about digital game ownership. Period. That's essentially what it comes down to. At any point that they decide they're not going to host a game on the server, it's on your console, and once you delete it, that's it. That's just the way that it goes. So they're just saying the quiet part out loud about that. That is the reality about digital games.
Yeah. We've known this for a while, though. I mean, hell, we still don't have red, blue, and yellow on the Switch, for example. Like, that's the last time that was available. The only spot that was available for people to purchase was on the 3DS, and they just ended support for that shop. I want to say, what was it, last year and a half ago, something like that?
Yeah.
So there's outside of you having a physical copy of any of those games or a 3DS with the emulator, right? With the emulator on it, although I still have my physical copies, haha. But no, my point is there's no way to actually own any of that type of stuff anymore. And while I suppose scarcity creates value, you're doing it in the secondary market. If it's a situation where you want to curb piracy, then why not make it a situation where this stuff's plentifully available? Make it easily accessible. Why make it a situation where anyone has to be in the spot where they're like modding their Switch to get games and stuff like that?
Because capitalism.
I mean, yeah.
Most out of people, if you make it a free open market, there's no money in free.
Fair, but at the same time, you're already charging everybody for a subscription to get access to the ROMs and emulators that you pick to be available.
Facts. Like, if you know what's going on it, just charge us more for the subscription per month.
Oh, hold on. Honestly, as far as
you going way too far. Nobody wants to pay every month for something that I've already paid for.
If we gotta fight.
That part. I mean, this one thing, if it's a situation where you're making it available to play games in current with everybody and giving it the updated connectivity that, you should have did to the Pokemon Stadium games, you jerks. But,
talk to them.
They won't listen to me. I had to beg them for
nobody. Fuck you, gang.
I begged them for a versus recorder. You know what they gave me? They gave me the updates to the Switch 2. And unfortunately, I just have to kind of take that.
No, you don't. You don't have to take that, but you will. Because that's who you are as a Pokemon player. You're gonna
And it's only because right now I'm outvoted. I'm outnumbered in my own house, and I don't appreciate it.
I've been told to get Mario World. So
you ain't gotta do nothing.
Pokemon games. I will stick to the ROMs and the hacks that these people are putting their wonderful time in, and they are great.
That part. Honestly speaking, my next system isn't going to be the Switch. I'm probably going to update my computer before I decide to go ahead and get a Switch 2. Not to say I won't eventually get one. I'll give Nintendo some time to clean their mess up. But in the meantime...
You'll be waiting forever. Sorry. That was a little...
Nah, I mean, look. I'm a realist, not a pessimist, okay? I understand what's more than likely going to happen, but hey, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt until I'm proven wrong. And at this point, you got until I feel comfortable buying the Switch just on the lark. It's not right now.
I was being real. It was just these money-hungry little... Oh, man, it sucks. It's fine.
You call them sons of bitches.
Look. We are still in the very early find out stages of just the way that our country in general is set up right now. Nintendo is in the fucking around stage. Relax.
No, Nintendo's been skipping over Switches like it ain't nobody's business.
I haven't actually heard of a situation where anyone's switch has been not broken, but bricked off of a repair. Like that's news to me, Mikey. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's not exactly the switch itself being bricked for repairs, but if you let's say you go to a
No, I get. I know
local
what
repair shop,
No,
yeah, you go to a local repair shop without
I get the vibe
license.
that you're talking about, like buy here, not like a buy here, but like a I break you fix or some shit like that, right?
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
right. I know exactly what you mean. I'm just saying I've not heard of anyone's system being bricked off of something like that.
Oh, well, that's because they just did this for the Switch too. They're not gonna, this the way their controllers are different per se. Like this is a different type of it's like not the plastic piece of shit. Hold on, I have one right here because this one's broken. A plastic piece of shit like this is like no problem, but their more advanced hardware is going to be in their new shit. Because remember, it's going to be a mouse now. Like you can do whatever you want with this. This if you infringe on the actual I forgot what the term is, but if you infringe on it, so you'll take it to a local repair or whatever, and they don't have some kind of license to be able to do that, and they move anything inside of it, Game Freak will know, break your individual
See, that doesn't sound like it. You say Game Freak. That sounds like more of a
not Game Freak, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Will fuck your shit up.
It's a bit of an extreme reaction to it. I mean, if it's going to be a situation where you're selling the system, it's not even like there's not patents in place for shit like this. Like they're already protected. Why take it out on the consumer?
Because Nintendo has been taking losses in the media for a while. You remember when they made like an example of the emulator website? Was it Ron Paradise?
Oh yeah,
one of those guys. And then
let me pour one out for the boys.
On top of that, Power World basically pissed in their series.
Hold on. Power World is something completely
No. So we're talking about. So I'm talking about the Nintendo. Okay, so we're talking about the Nintendo.
Game Freak, right?
Game Freak is in the middle of that because they got control of the Pokemon franchise.
I feel that, but that's not my point when it comes. My thing when it comes down to Power World, because there's a difference there. That company is based in Japan. They know how esoteric those rules are when it comes down to copyright infringement there. Like Japan is one of those countries that the spirit of the law carries a lot of weight, and when it comes down to how they behave themselves over there, when it comes down to IP, Power World asks for this smoke. Every bit of it.
The point that I'm making is Power World essentially got a slap on the wrist. They're
still patching out nonsense.
But the point that I'm making is that they did not punish Power World in the way that they intended to punish them. They didn't get them the way that they wanted to. That was a slap.
They wanted to make an example out of them.
Exactly. And Nintendo has shown before that they'll make an example out of anyone. They don't care how small you are. They've sued smaller people before. This is nothing new to the Nintendo brand. They don't give a fuck who you are.
They just go at you like they will bring the chopper to the fruit fly like every single time. You go high, they go nuclear.
Mikey?
I would like to say that Power World situation isn't exactly what you think. They were using a patent, which patent laws suck. They shouldn't exist. But they went back against Power World to use a patent that they went back and I forgot what you're supposed to do with it, but you can re-sign it to make the patent go on for the next 20 years. They re-signed it right before Power World did anything with because there's been plenty of capture type games that's just not owned. That's the point of that isn't owned, but it just happened to be a ball.
There was a specific thing about a ball being used. So it's exactly what I understand it to be. But the point that I'm making is just that they didn't punish them as severely as they wanted to. That is the only point that I'm making with bringing up Power World, is that they wanted a more severe punishment and they did not get it.
I understand. I'm on your
They
side.
They
couldn't
want that game erased.
The problem is they couldn't punish them the way they wanted to because of that. Like how they went about that. They couldn't do like run them out of actual like their game. They wanted to just kill them straight up, but they could not because they suck.
Exactly.
Nintendo
and now you motherfuckers who want to Switch 2 are going to suffer because they fucked us and we'll never let it happen again. That's all. I believe that Nintendo is that petty.
I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be nice.
Allegedly.
Fucking suck.
Because they might sue my ass.
I hope they... Nintendo, hear me. Do it. See what happens. Nintendo right now, today. Look at it. Fuck your shit. Right now, Nintendo. Right now.
Anyway.
The words and actions of Mikey, aka Fluke the Villain, do not reflect on the whole of the podcast.
Does not reflect us as a whole.
Just me. I'm standing on business. Come on, Nintendo.
Mikey himself is standing alone on this business. Mikey himself has talked bad about Nintendo alone.
I'll do it again.
Mikey himself would not like sponsorship. The rest of us are okay if you send us a Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo, if you hear me, I'd love one. Race these niggas all up and down the streets. Not Mikey, though. Mikey can go eat a dick somewhere.
I'll say it again if I have to. And I'll keep saying it. Go on.
And this is why Mikey's the bad guy. Anyway, cool. Show up. You here? We missed you, dog.
A wild show enough appeared.
Oh yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So yeah, with the Switch 2, apparently you can't sue them. So when you get it and you agree to the license and everything, you're not able to sue them for their practices for what they do to you now.
They can go and do whatever they want to.
Agreement?
I see. Yes. So once you get it, pretty much once you get it, that's it. That's it. So I see now. I got shown up on my team. You hear that, Nintendo? It's 2 against y'all.
Shit.
Stand up. He smiled. He did not smile and say, "Yeah, Nintendo, fuck y'all." He was quiet on that part.
He better be.
Trying to drag you down with me.
We got a kid to send to college. Shut your fucking mouth, Mikey.
Yeah. Did I hear that right? You said we got kids to send to college. I said kids.
Kid.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Singular.
damn, you got a secret twin that we ain't know about?
Right. Negative.
We don't need no drinking around here.
One and done.
What's that?
No drinking around.
I can respect that. I can respect that energy when it comes to children, honestly. I really can.
I wish I could say I did.
No, Jamal, how far apart are your kids, Kim? I have questions.
Why are you asking these questions?
Because I'm looking at my 2 teenager household right now. Like I want to just set the whole bitch on fire. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, how far apart are yours again? Like how close are they?
My oldest is 11 and my youngest is 1.
Like no, okay. So the gaps between like 1 and 2, for example.
So first one and second one is 11 and 8, and then it's 8 and 6, and then it's 1.
Okay, no, you gonna see what I'm talking about. Give it like 5 years.
Oh, I'm sure. I've raised my siblings, so like I've lived in a house with nothing but like angry teenagers.
Nah, that shit just turned on a dime in like the past month, and I'm just like bewildered. I don't know what the fuck to do with it because like them interacting with each other, it's like toxic. The shit's terrible.
Oh, I played Pokemon with your children, so I'm sure it's terrible. Like,
Look, I think White's over there being beaten. Y'all saw how he had to look over his shoulder to see if one of them were nearby while he was talking shit. Blink twice.
You still talking
Blink
about
twice. Blink twice. Just let me know.
Wait, we're good. We're good. We're good.
This is the only free
You
time
mean
where
once
he's
they were
allowed to
good?
speak
Good?
freely. You don't have to harm him on camera. That's why you never see them come into the room. They're like, all right, you still on. The second you off, it's on, old nigga.
Nah, it's old nigga.
They gonna treat you like the old fish from SpongeBob.
We gotta teach you this lesson. I'm sick of you.
Hey,
what are we? I don't know, man. I want to get a Switch. They got until like next summer to change my mind on whether or not I go into retirement in regards to one of my favorite games of all time. But
you won't. The second I say I got me a Switch, you're gonna say, God damn it, I'm in.
not goddamn it, I'm in. How dare you?
You know it's facts. Because
I
I'm gonna
have
buy
other
one.
things. I have other things to do with my money, sir. Thank you very much. That
And
is
then we're
not.
gonna travel all the way to New York, have a blast, come back, and you're gonna be like, all right,
You
now
gonna
I need
bring
to
that
get one.
bitch to New York just to rub that shit in my face? I'm not your friend. We're not friends anymore.
I'm taking a 2-hour train ride. What else am I supposed to do in this 2+ hour train ride?
No, I suppose in this 2 hour train ride you can take the time to get ready to take the sell a Pokemon. But we're getting off topic. We are. Y'all are just letting me talk. Somebody help.
Well, I was letting you grieve Pokemon. I didn't want to interrupt.
I mean,
Oh,
you
no.
seem very sad about like
Right now.
going to New York.
Nah, what?
I mean, but we can talk about what's happening in New York. So, Anime NYC has recently announced like 2 of like the GOAT voice actors that I've been like hunting down an autograph from. So, like, to me, so one day my wife asked me, Brittany, she said, well, what's your voice actor? Like, what's your grill one? Like, what's the one that you're hunting? And I'm like, I want Naruto. She barely ever comes out. It's hard to ever find her. Like, you'll never find Naruto anywhere. And then boom, she's coming to Anime NYC. And then after they announced Naruto, they announced, Luffy's coming to Anime NYC. And I'm like, oh shit. You get Naruto and Luffy in one fell swoop.
May have to make sure I have the $200 available for that because that's how much that one's going to be.
That's crazy.
I'm just preparing for the worst, okay?
I mean,
I don't need much. I just need a signed picture for real. But at the same time, you never know.
I just need to be there when you freak out and like freeze up and don't know what to say. That's the moment that I'm in.
And honestly, you won't fix anything backstage, so nobody has proof that it happened at all.
That's right. Deny.
Thank you. Been paying attention to my politicians recently.
Hey, listen. All I know is nobody's seen it, and yet, Mikey and T will be a witness in New York at some point. It's going to happen. We're going to meet Geto. We're going to meet Gojo. We're going to meet Naruto. We're going to meet Luffy.
See, I was unprepared for Mick Foley. Okay, I will be prepared for this. Don't start with me.
I'm gonna preface this now. Sharing one brain cell, I promise you, we're not gonna be in the same spots at all.
At all. I
if you don't see one of
know.
us, the other one is not gonna be far. I'm just letting you know.
Facts. Facts. The way
I'm
BlerdxTrapHouse
just
worked out, we saw T when we needed to see T, and the times that we didn't need to see T, Mikey was there. So I feel like it's going to be very much the same. So it's
Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Nope.
are they
I
the
feel
same
like
person?
you misunderstand that I have a plan this time. I have an itinerary and I have an extra wrangler.
Really, really.
Yeah.
I don't want to challenge you, but
I
thank you for being
might.
responsible.
I might.
Thank you for being responsible.
Well, I happen to know enough people at this con that I can let them know to look out for certain people because I know where y'all will be. Not to mention, we'll probably have some sort of media pass or press pass to be able to call around and ask where y'all are at. And then on top of that, we'll have an itinerary.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. August isn't exactly far away. Oh my God, August is not far away. We got like 2 months. Lord, 2.5. Well, no.
Yeah,
3.
which means that like spring anime is almost over, and we haven't really gotten into it. So, what have you guys been into? Like, I know for me, I've been watching MHA Vigilantes, and this is other one I can't remember the name. Like, I always get into like these light novel ass like long title animes just because they be right there on like your next watch on Crunchyroll, and I'm like, you don't know my next watch, and then they do. So I'm watching The World After the End or something like that. I just thought that the dude had like a big gruffy voice, and I was like, yo, that don't match this kid. So like this makes me laugh, and I'm gonna stick around. But that's how I got into Star Wars. Mufasa did Darth Vader, and now I'm a Star Wars fan.
Really? James Earl Jones is what brought you to Star Wars?
Yeah.
You know, that's fair.
Mufasa was force choking people. Like, he choked someone without having to move his arm.
Absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. And you know what? Knowing how Darth Vader sounded prior to James Earl Jones is absolutely the best reason to join Star Wars and figure out what life is there. For sure.
Yeah. 5-6-year-old me finds out that Mufasa, who I loved and died, is now Darth Vader, who looks cool and he can choke people out without having to move. I'm into Star Wars. So, you know. But what's been on y'all anime watch list? I know One Piece is back, and I'm excited for that. Like, we're getting the new episodes. They've been clean, they've been crisp. I'm feeling it. I'm not really loving the whole season off, but it helped. So I guess I'm not too mad.
I think I've been into Lazarus on Max, I think it is.
Yeah.
From the
how is that?
It was from the makers of Cowboy Bebop. It started off pretty good. First episode is like really good, and it definitely gives you Cowboy Bebop feels. Like the main character definitely gives like a young Spike kind of vibe to him.
So does it feel like he's pulling more on a nostalgia of it being in one conjoined universe than like plot? Because I've been hearing people complain.
I haven't. I'm behind a couple episodes, but it definitely isn't on the same wavelength. Well, from where I am anyway, it definitely isn't on like the same kind of wavelength as Cowboy Bebop. But the vibe is definitely the same.
The Lazarus Project.
I'll add that to the list now. I need a reason to actually be in this thing.
I did check that out. I don't really care for the MC right now at the start. So,
yeah, I hate when you can't really vibe with the MC.
Yeah,
I've been watching Naruto, and I have not been vibing with Naruto.
and who are you saying you're gonna go meet?
Mind your business, Mikey.
Hold on. Just because we don't necessarily care for Naruto as a character doesn't necessarily mean we can't fuck with Colleen's portrayal of
You
him.
go tell her that, like, hey, I love your work, but I hate Naruto.
So it's not necessarily
It's
Naruto
not the
itself,
same.
it's the show. Like, it's the way that they portray him. Like, sometimes he's the greatest, smartest, best, and then other times he's a complete idiot. And
It's
then
not
it's
even
like,
necessarily that. I'm sorry.
it's so much to the show, like where people are like, yo, One Piece is so long. They use so much reused footage in Naruto, and you don't realize it until like you see it as an adult. Like you're rewatching whole fights, and it's like, why am I reliving this fight that I've already seen? And this is the third time I'm watching you and Sasuke fight inside of a flashback from inside of the first episode from where you are now.
Can't complain about that, man.
You wanna?
I
I
can
actually
because
had
there's so
it.
many
I had
episodes that you can cut down.
no. He's got a point. Who's the bigger criminal here? Is it Viz and the fact that they did us like that with not only Naruto, they did it with Bleach too.
Yeah, I feel like it's Toei, but like Viz got me fucked up because like dog, like when you hear that swing scene, you see it so many times because it's just like reused footage, and it's like, don't give me 30 seconds of footage because you're so lazy. Don't give me a filler episode that means nothing. Like the whole back end of Naruto meant nothing.
But that's what I'm trying to say though. Like, okay, first off, I agree with you wholeheartedly on the whole back end of Naruto not meaning a damn thing. But at the same time, knowing what we know now when it comes down to the life of anime animators, I am annoyed with Viz and how they did Bleach and Naruto, but is that really Bleach and Naruto's fault? Or, I mean, is it Viz's fault, or is it really, like, the mangakas? Because they weren't going fast enough.
But you have all the info now. Like, I'm not necessarily saying Brotherhood it's the definitive version of Full Metal Alchemist, but if I'm watching Full Metal Alchemist, I know the backstory. So I don't need the first version to go through to feel for the boys. I need the sped up version that tells me the story, give me the plot elements, and let's get to where we're going to. Because when you watching Naruto and when you're watching a lot of this stuff, you're not getting there. And that's people's main complaint with like One Piece, but it's like, where did you get with Dragon Ball? You watched Goku train for a very long time. And in every tournament, Goku lost all the way to the end of Dragon Ball. You didn't know he was coming back in Dragon Ball Z. That nigga got folded every time. Master Roshi folded him like what, twice? Tien folded him. Yamcha was folding him back in the day. Like niggas love to make fun of Yamcha now, but niggas do not remember how cold Yamcha was.
Yamcha folded Goku one time on an empty stomach. That we're not giving Yamcha that dub.
But we don't remember the fact that the first wish was used on panties. Like
we do. We talk about it often, actually.
Yeah.
When we talk about anime, we got to talk about anime as a whole. Like I was having this conversation with somebody, and I was like, "Yo, we got to stop telling people as like a starter anime. Watch Naruto, because like Naruto is not what you should start with." And like that swing scene, and everybody comes out thinking, "Oh man, all anime is this long and just draw." No, it's not this long.
Have you ever? Who is suggesting Naruto as a starter anime? I've never heard anybody offer that shit up as a starter.
I think for the discussion that we're having overall, that is a better question for all of us to answer. If all of us were to suggest one anime for somebody to start with, what would it be?
You ready? And I wholeheartedly hate this anime, and I will tell you that I never tell niggas that I love this show. Demon Slayer. The story is simple enough for you to follow along. The animation is clean enough and crisp enough that you could see it. The characters are like lovable enough that you can like attach and grow with them. And the ones that die off, you feel for, but you haven't met and known for the entire time. And by the time that they do die off, then you felt some type of way for them. So that would be my one to tell you if you're an anime fan, not a child, you're an adult trying to get into anime, start off with Demon Slayer.
Are we
It's
talking
not bad.
because you say that, and then that makes me think, right? Because we've had years and years to improve the craft of animation. If we're using a more recent anime that is going to get, better animation and whatnot to have people drawn into, we're going to get a lot of, man, this is not as good as this is not as good as that. There's only like this because of this and this and this, when other anime have the same thing.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying here. You're missing a lot of context, and that's actually kind of something I feel like I'm dealing with when I'm trying to get.
I won't say that I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. I think that that's a good way to start somebody off of an anime, even shonen, right? Because that's like, it has everything that you would expect in a shonen anime for them to understand, and then you can later get them into like deeper genres of that, right?
So, what's the youngest genre that you could really think of here? Like, I know for me, it was the youngest that I can think of as far as like most target audiences is shonen. I
Yeah.
mean, technically speaking, I started my daughter on the shonen, but at the same time, no. Yeah, I started on the shonen. Oh my god, did I really pop that girl's cherry with Attack on Titan? Lord, what is wrong with me?
Wow.
Attack on
And y'all
How is
told
it?
me I was wrong for putting on
brother.
Madoka Magica.
I never said that. Those aren't words
Yeah,
that
but
came out of
Madoka
my mouth.
Magica is kind of egregious because
She
they're
never made it past episode
magical
1.
girls. They're little magical girls. Yes, that's worse. Attack on Titan is easier to stomach. They did not discriminate, but the little magical girls,
man, they got destroyed. Holy shit!
This is my favorite magical girl anime.
You're
What?
a sick bitch. What? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I apologize. It came from the depth of my soul. I didn't mean that. That was disrespectful. But Sailor Moon was right there.
I never liked Sailor Moon. I always thought we could run her face
Tokyo
on like
Mew Mew?
transformations happening.
How about Tokyo Mew Mew?
You're waiting for a 4
Nobody-
foot nothing girl to have this transformation that took 3 minutes to happen in your face, and now she about to blow you up.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
swing.
You remember how long we waited for Goku to turn Super Saiyan 3?
Exactly.
And I thought they should swing on him too.
Taking my point. What the fuck? It did, not to mention, you were just talking about Naruto. You watched this motherfucker go through a whole diatribe about how he missed his boyfriend as he powered up Rasengan, but you fucking mad. Then not to mention, we're not even gonna get on fucking Bleach, okay? Ichigo basically does the same thing. Oh my god, Rukia. Oh my god, Orihime. Oh my god.
Can I say
Sailor Moon only came up when I was a child, and it was Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z. As a boy, I'm not sitting there watching Sailor Moon like,
Power Rangers.
get her Musagi, get her girl.
We
Go.
watched Power Rangers. Everybody wins.
We did.
there is a rule?
And took
There is a
turns.
rule.
And when he beat their asses out of their mega form, I laughed. When the Digimon got whooped in the movie, like mid Digivolving, that was my favorite part. That was the most realistic part to me.
Can I ask
why
a
are you
question?
sitting there watching me power up?
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a deep question. Do you like One Piece?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Do you like Gear 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
You fucking hypocritical piece of shit. You know how long it takes Luffy to fucking transform into that shit? I don't want to hear none of that bullshit ever.
And
Because
Rob
that is a
Lucci
rule
sat there
of
and waited
anime.
for him to transform.
If a character is
Did he
going
not
to
sit there and-
transform, you are going to stand there and let them transform to see how powerful they are. That is literally
And I
the
said,
rule. There is no
they
ifs,
let
ands, or buts.
Luffy get away with some
Only
shit that he should never get away with.
There
Luffy
is
falls
a
asleep on the
few
battlefield.
There are a few times when that rule is broken. The easiest one I can think of right now is in Super when 17 beat the shit out of those girls talking about love. He was like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm trying to
Funny
win.
as fuck. I don't give a damn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are rules to
And that was
love.
the most realistic shit to me because he was like, yo, I'm not letting you power up.
Okay, so now
Goku
if we
gets
never let
time
any
because he
heroes
gives
or
you-
anybody power up, that would be a terrible anime. Yeah? You can have
that'd be
you can have a
realistic.
Flash.
Nah.
Oh, you can have a flash of them transforming.
Have you seen Basilisk before? There were a couple of niggas who died in that show without getting that ability to power up.
And Voltron, the whole thing was letting them. Like, if you let them get into the formation, then they turned into the big robot that was going to beat your ass. They had to earn that spot. They didn't just get it. They didn't just be like, all right, and we're going to form up, and they know what's going to happen. No, they deliberately kept the motherfuckers away from each other.
Hold on.
Like, that's a plot point.
old
So
school Voltron was definitely responsible for some of the longest transformation scenes. Like,
You niggas need to digress. We were supposed to be offering up our suggestion animes, and y'all done went so fucking far left field.
I was hurt by the
defend
transform and all that
myself,
other
and
stuff.
I
Sorry,
did.
I was triggered.
Right.
Don't be mad. I swung back.
I was studio triggered. I got. How about this? This is easier, right? I wouldn't say Demon Slayer. Asia didn't really look at a lot of anime. Said at the time her favorite anime was Fairy Tail. I said, "What the fuck? You haven't watched anything then?" I started her on a cult classic, Yu Yu Hakusho. Everything that you wanted, all that Demon Slayer, all you wanted, old school right there. Literally one of the first few.
Let me tell you exactly where Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't land the same way. You ready?
Okay.
Remember that one fight where Yu Yu Hakusho, where he goes in and Yusuke fills up the woman?
Hold on.
That's where it doesn't hit the same.
Well,
it all falls apart right there because Yusuke's like, nope, I'll fight anybody, and still decided to fill her up.
Well, that's not.
That's more of a Yusuke flaw, and a Tagashi flaw than an anime flaw.
No, it's definitely an anime flaw.
Out of a 4-season show.
But I mean,
that ruins it for you.
And before you even get that far, Yusuke's he's a jerk. Like all he does is try to go up skirts and do everything before you even get to a point where he's like, "Hey, I'm really going to make an impact, and you'll care."
But that's the thing, though. That's kind of the point.
I disagree. I rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho
I'm currently in the middle of a rewatch.
With nostalgia glasses. Like when you take that away and you come back without the HD, without the fresh and crisp animation of today, you lose a lot.
There's a more recent movie that came out if you want.
Is on if you're watching the sub or the dub, that vastly changes Yusuke. Yusuke is a lot more of an asshole in the English dub. He is a lot more personable, and I kind of give a fuck about people.
I originally watched it sub.
I never see, but that's the thing. My only experience with Yu Yu Hakusho is through the dub, and even through that, it's a situation where I understand. Yes, he's absolutely an asshole for sure, but hell, by the time the Dark Tournament's over with, we're dealing with a completely different cat.
Right, but you don't know that. By the time he gets to his moral aspect, you have to love him. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How do you tell people?
First season of Yu Yu Hakusho, you can absolutely grow to love Yusuke. In the first episode, he gives his life to save a child.
Facts.
The next few episodes, he goes around saving people, beating up bullies. People scared of him, but
Yusuke
didn't really hurt anybody.
So first 3 episodes of Demon Slayer versus first 3 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. Would you put them together and ask someone who's never seen anime or never seen either one, which they would prefer?
I agree with you with Demon Slayer in regards to that because it was just. Well, I mean, I wouldn't. But if we're talking about which starter anime we pick up, if I'm being honest, I'm actively telling people which anime to watch at the moment, and I went Demon Slayer before I went Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho was a recent decision. That was mostly due to the fact that I don't have an 8-year-old anymore because I can't put an 8-year-old in front of Yusuke with good conscience.
See, my answer is different. My answer is it's always going to be one of two shows. If you want to watch something that's, you know what, I'm gonna just settle on one. Cowboy Bebop is my starter anime. It's real enough for people who don't really like cartoons. It looks real enough. It gives a sense of reality, but it still gives you a sense of fantasy and sci-fi because it's futuristic in its space. But these are niggas fighting with regular ass guns, fists, and feet. I've gotten, and the music in the show will keep people. Like I fell asleep watching Cowboy Bebop, and my wife came in and Real Folk Blues is playing, and she's like, "What is this?" And she don't watch cartoons. She don't watch animated shit.
I own that whole show.
Cowboy Bebop is a great show. It's not too long, so you don't get sick of it. You can get through it, and you can get through the story and enjoy the entire ride.
I don't know if that's true anymore. I mean, I agree with you personally, 100%.
You have personally offended him. Did you see the way his face?
I know. I personally offended him, and I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to. Because I agree with you. That's the crazy part. I agree with you from a standpoint of a 35-year-old man who's been growing up in anime since Cowboy Bebop was a thing. My problem with it is, though, I don't think that I could show something like Cowboy Bebop to every single audience, and say, "Hey, this is our history. This is where we came from. This is one of the passion projects that directors used to do back in the day." Nowadays, the only person that we have out here doing real passion projects are oh my god, who's the guy who keeps doing the stuff for Studio Ghibli? Drawing a blank.
Mizaki.
Thank you. We have Miyazaki out here supposedly going into retirement every other year, but he has to keep doing passion projects because he's the
they
only
keep calling him out.
I take it back. Attack on Titan was probably a passion project, but that's the only one that I can really think of nowadays.
I don't know if in the end it was passion. I think he really felt forced into an end.
Not the way he ended that. Nope. Nah. He was trying to make a point with that ending.
I mean, he said he felt trapped into a corner and he didn't know which way to take out with Eren. Because after talking to one of my artist friends, Ray, he's I really get involved and I try to know where the character is and where they're coming from and how they feel about things and where they're going with it. And if that's how he was taking it from Eren's perspective of okay, you get your revenge and where do you go with it from here? It does feel like he was almost trapped into a corner, trying to write up the ending. Because when you go on a ride that wild, where do you end at?
I mean, honestly, the way
that's a show that you don't start people with.
You can't, because it's such a moral
You start people with a show that looks fairly decent, has a good story. The characters will keep you engaged. That has action that'll keep you engaged, and it's not too long that you're gonna get sick of it.
I mean,
to be fair, I actually would say Bleach would be a good starter, mostly.
You'd start people with Bleach?
Sure,
when was the last time you rewatched Bleach?
That's a whole lot of fluff, my boy.
No.
A lot.
How many times
the bound arc.
Time out. I would never start anybody on an anime that Viz butchered as badly as they butchered Bleach without the context that, hey, you want to skip about 200 episodes of this show.
But you can't.
No, you can. You absolutely can.
That's how you get to know everybody and everything. You don't know the story, how it works.
You're thinking of me saying skip 200 episodes from the beginning. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about skipping about half of the show in the middle of it because there was about a 6-month period of time where it was 3. It was a 3-month period of time where we didn't have we had to stop in the middle of the arc to give us some bullshit about a captain that didn't actually exist. Hell, we did the same thing in Naruto. I would have said that in Naruto, but the problem I have with Naruto is that when they gave us a 3-month, break in the middle of that show, they weaved it into canon by saying, hey, this is everybody's dreams while they're under the infinite Tsukiyomi.
That was bullshit.
No, I
The
will never
manga
forgive
ended.
Madara Uchiha for trying to put me, the white, into a fucking genjutsu. I won't. So, Bleach. Bleach is fine. One
Fuck
Piece,
that.
I would like to suggest One Piece, but the problem is the community that's not watching One Piece is kind of loud.
You would
And
suggest One Piece as a starter anime?
why not? It's long
Like
enough. I mean, the way I
first
see it,
anime someone's ever watched. You just sat them down with the first episode of One Piece and just say it's right there.
go watch this kid in the barrel do something amazing.
And then they're like, "Wow, that was amazing. How does it end?" If you're watching along with me, kid.
I mean, it's not wrong. Assassination Classroom is also not a bad option if you want to go out and break your parents' hearts.
Have you gotten to the end of that?
No, but I will assume that's actually in the rotation.
I don't ever want to hear you suggest something you haven't finished again.
Don't ever tell me.
Just for that, I
don't
have to
ever-
spoil you. I'm gonna
No,
do
you
it.
don't. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. Haha.
I'm just gonna wait for him to put it back in.
That's not the first time he said that today.
No, what you just said.
Don't even worry about it. Wow.
Sorry.
Disrespectful. Wow. Wowzers.
I'll remember that. I have a special little notification for you whenever you get on my stream now.
What was that? I'm not sure what you said, sir.
I want you to
Don't
know I
worry
subscribe
about
to Mikey on Twitch just to make fun of him.
Oh, that's different. I only have the cool people in my chat anyway. The planet blows up.
Probably.
Wow. So, Shona, what would be your starter anime that you would tell somebody? Like,
So, what is it? Kakiguri? It was like the gambling anime. And the reason I say that is because I would recommend that.
so you would recommend the anime over the live action?
Well, yeah. Because
Wow.
we recommend an anime. And that's something that I know that she would sit down, she would watch, she would get into it because of the story of it. And she would be hooked the whole way there. So that's something I can get her to watch from front to end. And that's easy because of the type of anime that it is.
Please tell me you didn't actually suggest that to your mother.
Oh, I did. She did watch it. So
Are you gonna does she like cooking anime? Because I feel like
wow, you can
that's right.
you cannot go there.
Mikey's degenerate ass.
No, because first and foremost, have you seen Kakagori? No. So then what I'm saying is I'm fine. I'm fine to say that because
the gambling anime she was talking about. Actually, I've seen a couple episodes of that. It looked like fun. It was one that I actually need to finish. It's on the list.
So it's actually on my list, and then we ran into the live action version of it. The live action was pretty good.
No, it doesn't encompass the
lot that it
nastiness.
Oh no, I still
a lot of
plan on
stuff that
going
it
back
skips.
for the
It's
actual.
not pure enough. You know what I mean? Like it's
It gives
Have
you
you-
that
sorry.
old anime internal cringe feel.
you know
you
I
only
couldn't
get.
describe it. I couldn't describe what
Like-
you have it. I couldn't describe
Like
it.
Dio with
That's
the dog in the furnace kind of feel.
Anytime
No,
Dio
old school
shows up
Dio.
and touches on himself.
Old
That's it.
school, like was it 1990s or whatever Dio, 1980s Dio? That Dio.
The bitch with the iPad. She starts it.
Man, does she do it? And that gun is never. I don't know how those bullets.
The gun scenes give me Bible Black flashbacks.
Man, put it into words. Maybe actually, I changed my mind. Bible Black is actually the anime I would start people with. Either that or Boku no Pico.
people.
Either that or Boku no Pico.
Hold
One of the
on.
Wow.
Yep.
No.
Wow.
No.
Kick him out the car. Get him out of here.
Don't
No.
do it.
No,
Get him out of here.
Mikey. No,
Get
you
bro
can
out of here.
penalize Mikey. Can go on the
No.
corner, but I need.
Mikey had to go in the corner. We couldn't
But
have that on the stream. Mikey could not
But
be
at the
here
same
telling
time,
people to
no,
watch that.
no, hold on.
Bring
Why
him back
did
so
the-
Dwight can judge him to his face.
No, I have questions for you. Why do guns? What is the name of the show again? Why do guns give you Bible Black vibes? That shouldn't be a thing.
So
Have you
you're
not
at
seen the
point.
scene in the
No.
public bathroom of
He's not-
Bible
oh my god, that gun is not. It's not sanitary.
You never
No.
if you're not making the connection, then you didn't see the episode.
I
Period.
didn't.
Because
I
look
didn't.
at the faces of everyone else who has watched Bible Black.
I mean, I've watched.
That's why Mikey had to get kicked off for like
That's why Mikey. Had
why you
I
would
didn't
ever
even make
suggest that as
I
a
didn't
start.
make the reference. Why did I get punished for it? I'm just agreeing
Because
to it.
you're saying that that's what people should walk into first, and sir,
Dog, you said Boku no
Let our Boku no
Pico
Pico
as
so we
if
can get it
like
over with.
Now that he
Princess
deserves to
Mononoke.
put out for.
What what would be your starter anime that you would tell people to start with?
This is a fucking hard question because it's going to depend on the person and what they would normally watch in their everyday life. If
I mean, generic, like what
that's
generic
the problem.
anime?
That's the problem because I got different people in my life. I got a homegirl who's not really into anime. And if I had to suggest something to her, it's going to have to be something heartfelt. I would probably have to start her with like Violet Evergarden or something like that. And then maybe move her over into something like Nana. But then if I have somebody else who doesn't mind maybe who wants a little bit of action, maybe a little bit of story, maybe some gore, it depends on your taste. I got to tailor it to the person. So that's hard for me. Yeah, if my boy like gore, I'm going to tell him to watch Elfen Lied.
Oh my god, I love Elfen Lied.
Wow, you go there on that first anime?
I go there.
I mean,
if you're saying you're
what you
coming
like.
over here, we're coming over here. But if I'm trying to suggest like a teenager to start watching something, I might start them off with like something Ghibli. I'm a Ghibli girl. Ghibli. I'm going there first. So it depends on your taste. But if you want a little bit of action, some really nice hand-drawn animation, I'm gonna tell you to watch Princess Mononoke, No Relation.
I mean, she's Mononoke. You're Mononoke.
That's right. No relation. I don't even know who you're talking about right now. All I'm saying is that it's a great film.
Allegedly. It's a great film.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that can go on a shirt, allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Probably Trap House Justice too. We might have to look into that. But anyway, speaking of Trap House Justice, we have stolen a post, and I don't know how well y'all can see this, but
here, I'll
you got a better picture?
Yeah, I took it a while ago.
Man, if you got a better one, we'll run with it. But anyway, to give credit to the artist or the person who brought it up, we have a question, and it's out of the 6 people picture, who would be the leader on a Teen Titan style team? So
With these
6 people. So you got Blossom, you got Kim Possible, you got Ben 10. Now this isn't 10-year-old Ben 10. This is 15-year-old because it looks like Alien Force.
Here you go.
And
if you can copy that real quick.
Cool. Let me.
If you want to do it, I couldn't put it in the.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm back. All right, even better. So we got 15-year-old Ben. We have, keep in mind, these are like roundabout canonical ages. Kim Possible should be about 16, 17, because at the end of her show, she also graduated. So let's say about sake of argument, we met her and she was in her senior year. So she's 17. Blossom's what? 5? Because she's in kindergarten?
Damn, is she really in kindergarten?
Yeah,
She is
Yes,
in
beating
kindergarten.
the brains out of niggas in prison in kindergarten. A menace
See,
already. Sorry.
I like how you said that, and I'm like,
hold on.
yeah, she really beat his brains out. That's
Go ahead and
crazy.
finish. Go ahead and finish, Mal. I'll
No, I'm
speak later.
keeping ages in mind because, like, keep in mind that, like, ages usually dictate how you speak to who gets what and how all of these ages will interact with each other naturally in one house in a team.
I don't think the age makes a difference, but I know who
I do. Oh, it absolutely
I'm gonna let
does.
you finish.
Which is why I want him to let
I mean,
him cook.
We gonna go through it. Miles is about, what would y'all say, about 16? Because this looks like Across the Spider-Verse.
This is before he had his interview to go to a college, by the way. So take that
Miles
as
Miles has got to be 17 at least right before he's turned 18. He's the year before. Got to be.
So we'll give Miles 17. Danny was about 17. Was he 17 at the? Nah, because he don't have
Danny,
the.
He was 14.
Wasn't Danny like? I'm about to say
14.
yeah. Danny Phantom, he was just
Danny
14 when his
Phantom,
parents built a very strange machine.
Y'all are really good.
Yeah, and this isn't the end of his show because he don't have the DP on for the updated logo, and this is
all right. So
still 12-year-old Aang.
So
14-year-old Danny, 15. 12-year-old Aang, 14 Danny.
Hold on, that looks like 13-year-old Aang.
So I want to ask you, before
Aang.
you go into these ages, because everybody's kind of different here. Do you want to just go by the end of their series? Because it's going to be a lot easier if you do that. Except for Miles, you can just go by the end of the movie. But
so when you say Ben,
that was.
Do you mean end of Ben series as Ben 10,000, or end of Ben series as Ben 10, where he's
end of Ultimate Alien? We'll just make it easier like that. End of
They are all. How about they are all teenage? These are the Teen Titan style team, so they're all teenagers, 16, 17, with the exception of Blossom, who is 5.
Aang 2?
Honestly,
because Aang actually
Aang is 112.
All right, never mind.
We're doing it. If we're doing it for
Aang's age isn't making a difference.
Looking at those pictures though, I feel like those pictures are where you want to place those individuals. Like that's Danny at the beginning of the series before he got utterly cracked by the end of it, for real. Then that picture of Miles is Miles at the end of that second movie. So you can say that particular Miles. That is Ben 10 from oh my god, what was the name of the show?
Is that Alien Force or Ultimate Alien? I can't remember the jacket.
There's no
I know he changed it.
There's no difference
between those two shows though, there's no real difference. Honestly, there's no real difference.
That's why I said end of Ultimate Alien. It doesn't really matter. Just say end
of
show.
End of Ultimate Alien. All right.
Fair enough. But as far as Kim and Blossom are concerned, I think you had it right on the head.
Yeah, because Kim was always right in the middle of her what's the name of her high school year, and Blossom was always in school. Like, I believe she was just 5. Like, I don't even remember them having a birthday party that resulted in them being older than 5.
So with that established, then who you got, Mom?
So with that established, right? For me, I think as far as leadership goes, without prior knowledge, without prior anything else, process of elimination, I'm gonna just take Blossom out, not because she's just 5, but because Blossom is the most hot-headed of all of them here. She has been shown to not be able to like effectively lead under pressure, because once everything starts to break down, she's always throwing hands with Buttercup, never being like, yo, we need to do this, we locking in, we here, we with it. Aang is a pacifist, and in a Teen Titans type same, where you need to be able to lead and like know to put people where they're going to do stuff. I can't trust my boy. Like utility striker, being able to like clear stuff, do a lot of stuff. Angus the man. But
hold on. Before you go down the list and pick your person and X out everybody else, pick a person and let everybody pick a person.
My bad. I'm gonna pick Ben.
Say why everybody else is bad. Before you say who's good, say your pick and let everybody pick.
So I'm gonna pick Ben. I'm gonna pick Ben 10 for me because I feel like when his back was against the wall, when Grandpa Max was gone, he showed up and he stepped in. When there were times where it was just him, and he's been able to lead through Grandpa Max and through Gwen as to what to do. He has taken point in several iterations, not just from this point where he's 15, but all the way from where we first see him as a 10-year-old to grow into this 15-year-old. We see him go through academy and learn. We see him change and mature by the end of this show. So if they were talking a team and who would be able to lead the team best in both knowledge, capabilities, and like battle and everything else and be respected, for me, it'd be Ben 10.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna say Kim Possible. When you say Teen Titans like team, and you look at this list, I see everybody has a place, and I see one person that don't have superpowers that has always fought with people who were either stronger or smarter or had some type of power that she did. She had a little bit of Batman. She had a nigga in the cave that was feeding her some information.
Nah, she definitely had the man in the chair.
I mean, to his credit,
hold. Keep in mind, the bumbling sidekick did have hands and like magical monkey powers.
He was all right. He was a bumbling sidekick. He was a sidekick.
To be fair, he got monkey powers. When they work, they work.
Nah.
His name is
like she did her thing. I'm never taking anything away from Kim. Kim saved the day.
I like Jay's pick. Out of everybody on this list, there's only really one person who I actually could see throwing that doubled knee from the top rope.
Hey, listen. Robin was with it. I hate like when they like, yo, whatever the white boy had to do to be fitted into the black crew. I don't want to fuck with the white boy. Like that's why everybody don't fuck with Eminem from Detroit. That's Robin. You like, yeah. I don't see why y'all pick him in a fight of all the Teen Titans. All right, before we start breaking down why Jay Will or anybody else is a bad pick, Princess Mononoke, who would you pick out of these 6 as your person?
Oh shit! Oh, there he is. Never mind.
So much like always, I'm in agreement with Jay Will. I think Kim Possible is the best option out of all of them. Not necessarily because she's a powerless regular human being, but because first of all, let me preface this by saying I don't know shit about Danny Phantom or Ben 10. They were not on my watch list. So I'm not even counting them 2 because I don't even know them niggas. So out of the remaining 4 that are left, in my opinion, Kim Possible is going to be the best option. And for the sake of just being different, I'm putting Miles at number 2. I don't have a lot of options left. I don't know the other 2 niggas.
Dwight, who you picking?
Put the list back up again. 1 second. I want to make sure I got this straight because, no. I was see, I originally wanted to discount Ben out of the gate because that version of Ben is where he got all of his leadership experience.
Yeah.
For real. Blossom was the only one who actually had any type of leader experience. To your point, yeah. I don't know. It's either Aang or Kim, and I'm kind of torn because Aang was in a position of leadership on his team the entire time, except Katara existed, and nah. It's got to be Kim. It's got to be Kim. It's got to be Kim. It's got to be. It's got to be Kim. She's the only one who actually seems competent enough on this list to be in a position where, in her character arc, she would have had the to be the leader. Like Ben didn't really start stepping into, all right, lock in until right there. But hell, that could be Kim Possible at any point in the show when she'd have locked in. I wanted to say Aang, I really did, but
Aang.
So I'm a reserve.
the first thing we get out of Aang is you want to go penguin sledding with me.
Aang is my
Nah,
last
fact.
choice, but I'll hold on to that.
Not
I'll
my
hold on to
last.
that.
No, yes, Aang
I'll
can be
hold
a
on to
second
it.
choice. I wouldn't be mad at the pacifist for trying to take the charge of a situation and neutralize the situation with as little bloodshed as possible. I'm with him on that. But in terms of a plan that I know for a fact is going to work, I'm going to pick him.
Sure enough, who you picking for your out of these 6 characters? Who would you say would be the leader?
I'm sad I
Well,
couldn't pick Black Man.
as I sit here and I think about it,
This is gonna be
and
far left. Watch.
because like let's say if I said Miles, right? Miles, Aang, Ben, all of them would be like, damn, she's not worth it, bro. We don't have to fight. We don't have to do this. But then, Kim is the responsible one. She is the one that's going to be level-headed. She is the one that's going to say, we're doing this for the right reasons. And you'd be like, you know what? She fucking got a point. I'm really not. I can't argue with that. And she will come home safe.
Hold on. Show enough. Take Aang off that bus. You know Aang would not be about to not do this for the people. Come on, bro. Don't do him like that.
But it's not for the people. It's for
Aang
her.
Aang
Like, yo, bro,
Aang-
she's not
Aang
worth
is
it.
the
We don't have to
epitome
fight for her.
Aang
bro.
didn't even decide to take away.
Bro, leave her alone. But
He said ultimate power without her? Fuck you. He's on the record.
So if we're fighting for the right reasons, we have to go with Kim because she's going to be the responsible one. She's going to be like, you know what? Maybe I was tripping. We can do this as a team. So that's what I'm going to have to go with.
All right.
How you
gonna have a trap house full of responsible motherfuckers, man? I don't understand this.
I mean, we haven't gotten to Mikey yet.
Yeah.
but that's my point. The majority of the trap house is responsible motherfuckers. Who the fuck knows what Mikey's gonna pick?
I'm responsible.
Mikey's gonna pick Blossom.
That's what I was thinking.
Look, show enough pick the responsible choice. Come on, anything's on the table here.
I just want to make sure I'm not giving my complete reason as to why I picked my character yet, right? Like, there's no way I don't need to explain that right now, right?
I mean really, I
guess not.
You're last.
I mean, I have no problem doing it. I just don't want to run down every character unless we were doing that. So let's see. Out of the 6, right? I'd probably pick Aang.
Number 2 choice.
Why would you pick Aang?
So why?
Yeah.
Because out of this whole group, right? He seems to be actually the most responsible enough to be a team leader.
And what makes you say that?
You watched Avatar?
So glad y'all asked if I actually watched this piece of shit. I'm just I love Avatar. Just because he's a pacifist does not mean that he's not going to fight. Because if he doesn't fight, then it wouldn't be I have to kill the Fire Lord when he said it. He had to say it.
Right.
If you read the books afterwards, you understand that he had a lot more that he had to do, and he still was actually more destructive than he should have been. In fact, he changed his whole entire outlook. I'm not talking about the comics or the books afterwards, right? So let's see. I'm gonna run this down real quick because I'm gonna make it as fast as I can. I don't know why I'm making it fast. Miles never really worked in a team, doesn't really know what to do as a team, and this boy is headstrong, thinking about he's under Snow Bunny mind control. So I'm not going to even think about it.
Is that true?
They all are.
I mean,
it is. It's
not for Aang. Aang is not. Aang is not.
He actively
Aang is not under Snow Bunny mind control. Aang is not under Snow Bunny mind control.
Aang is definitely not under Snow Bunny.
Aang is not under Snow Bunny mind control.
No,
I mean,
Aang is a
you want
child.
that Eskimo kiss.
If Aang is under Snow Bunny mind control, it's a technicality because she lives in the snow. That's it.
So, Danny,
no, Katara
he actually does work with a team, and he actually does relay anything he needs to that team to get actual feedback, even during fights. Right? I mean, Danny, but I do not find him responsible enough with his powers to actually be a team leader. I don't find like he would actually do that. He's actually often fighting with his team rather than like the enemy.
That's because he's 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Like, you also have to keep in mind their
you say
emotions.
14. And I'm gonna take this from Miles's book. I learned about responsibility and all that bullshit that came with my superpowers. I'm not gonna lie to you. In fact, his friends told him, "Hey, you have superpowers now. You should be a hero. You should do the right thing." I do remember Sam saying that in one of these 3 episodes, going on like, "Hey, you got to." I mean, I know she's like more of a hypocrite on him using his powers, but at least she said it. Cool. I'm skip Aang. Blossom, you're 5. You took your sister. First off, she fights with her sisters all the time rather than just lead them. They're just gonna go fight bad guys. And if I do remember, she was forefront in beating a nigga already in jail. Had his brains all in a fucking cement. All nigga did was like he really didn't even do anything for real.
He didn't. They thought he smelled the candy, and he didn't.
He didn't do it. He didn't do shit. He was in prison. They beat his ass for no reason. She let that, by the way, and she let her sister really beat this man up.
She let it with a smile.
If it were cops, it would have actually been crazy police brutality. Just saying.
Well, you can't deputize a 5-year-old.
Ben actually got leadership. He had no choice actually, because he was always looking to somebody else for looking to somebody else until I don't know. He decided to let me actually be a leader. In fact, you don't really see him being a leader until maybe right before Ultimate Alien, and then during that and after, because he had to make really hard choices that a leader is supposed to make. And his grandpa was like, "Hey, you're supposed to do it anyway. I'm gonna be missing. I'm going on vacation," which he wasn't really on vacation, but. You know what I mean? I can't trust Ben either. I mean, I can, but he's definitely not leadership material. I skipped Kim on purpose. I want to see a leader that actually cares for their team, right? Like Robin actually does. I mean, let's be. I'll be real. Robin beat his people up. He went Red X and was like, "Fuck these niggas. I'm gonna beat them up." But there's no.
It was never
looking after his team.
Robin needed counseling. It was never fuck these niggas.
I mean, that's how Batman got through it. So that's how Robin got through it.
But to see Robin, but the difference is, right? Batman wouldn't really work in a team. Scratch
what's
Justice
the Justice League?
Nah.
Batman wouldn't work in a team. He thought Robin to be a sidekick.
Batman is not a part-timer in the Justice League. He worked with them niggas on the regular, but you also saw the attitude.
He pays for everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He had the contingency plans. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, so it's really messed up. Like I said, but that's the one thing for Robin, right? Obviously, he had contingency plans, but he's not going to actually go and hurt his team. So skipping that, right? Kim. Ron be into some shit, and she be skipping that whole entire thing and continuing the mission. You gonna leave your nigga behind to go continue the mission? I don't know how that's fine. I would not do that. She's done it countless times. Almost, I'm not gonna count every episode. I wouldn't do that. It's a lot to count. I'll do it right now, actually.
I mean,
bear with me.
He's just hitting his keyboard.
He's always there.
Shit.
He is.
Hold on.
But what's her theme song? There's a theme song here. She has a little like, what's it say in the theme song about her?
She's a basic average girl.
You want to reach me?
And she's here to save the world, not her boyfriend.
Facts.
Her boyfriend. That's anything about her boyfriend. I said her teammate. Her partner.
That's definitely her boyfriend.
Sidekick, right?
By the end
she
of the
leaves
show.
hold on.
But that's by the end of the show. I get Mikey's point. Hold on, Mikey's got a point. Kim does show
a partner. He's lower than her.
Damn, that is crazy. As a team leader, I would never think of my people like that.
Hold on, Mikey. She never really thought of him as lower. I will concede that Kim did just kind of say, Ron will be okay. a lot. As a matter of fact, she did it every time that she went outside for the most part.
But
But
she
Was
at
she
the
should
same,
wrong?
but at the same time, it does speak to her to be able to delegate certain tasks to a certain person who's just on her team. Ron's gonna get the job done whether he has any real instruction from Kim or not. And I suppose that's an asset, but at the same time, the fire and forget that she does have with him is very jarring when it comes to a 6-person team. You are correct.
Let me ask
I mean,
one more question.
but-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I didn't realize you hadn't finished. Go for it.
It's just the last thing. We counting like there's a lot of people. Maybe a 6-man, 5-man team doesn't really matter, right? Aang counts everybody on his team. He will fight probably to the death of him for his people in his team. Y'all remember Appa? I hope y'all remember Appa.
That's
What happened when he got taken away?
Don't kill for is Appa. He not killing for nobody else on his team.
Okay, we'll be real, right? We'll say that's true, right? But imagine everybody had the same importance as Appa. Right?
Everybody can't have the same importance as Appa.
I'm not saying they would.
Appa is literally
on the
the
actual
most
team,
important thing to Aang.
Hold
Hey,
on.
that is the other
After reading about Avatar Yang Chen,
I've seen it happen. I've seen him about to kill for less. We'll say for less, right? Katara and Sokka were going straight into the ground with this Earth general who wanted Aang to like use his avatar. He said, "No, please wait a minute. I don't want to do that." They sink to the ground. Niggas ready to kill. Actually ready to kill. Yeah.
The Avatar state taking over doesn't count as Aang doing something that he wants to do.
Yeah, he became
that counts as an entire generation and lineage of people who have made better decisions than
it was definitely Kyoshi.
Saying, you know what, we got it. Sit back.
She said, "Hey, yo, you gonna let him do that to your people?"
Had me spend money on this Avatar Roku book because I feel like the Avatars.
Yeah, you don't have to. Don't waste money.
You don't have to.
I'm being.
I listen to most of it. You don't have to.
Get the Kyoshi and Yang Chen books are trash too, because I got those.
What you're telling me to do is hit up my local library, which is what you should all do because they're in danger in this climate.
But all in all,
that's the Yoshi books or the Yang Chen books. Roku book you don't need.
Actually, I enjoyed the
Kyoshi and the Yang Chen books.
Believe it or not, I enjoyed the Yang Chen books. The Yang Chen books were fire. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. The Yang Chen books are fire.
I haven't started them yet, but I bought them because they were on sale, and I was like,
but go to the library for Roku. Fair enough. But my point, when it comes down to Aang and his ability to actually hold it down for his team, after reading about how Yang Chen behaved herself when it was on the line for her, Aang would be ready to shed blood for anybody on Team Avatar. I guarantee it. It's not just Alpha.
No, I can't give Aang that credit because Aang is never willing to. Aang is not gonna make the hard decisions.
Yeah,
Aang wants to go another way, but sometimes there is not another way.
But that's the thing, though. That just I respect the grind that he put into making sure that there was another way, though. He put all the grind in the shortest amount of time.
If grind is running away so I don't have to kill the Fire Lord, I agree with you.
He was going to confront the Fire Lord one way or the other.
And then do what?
Aang was a figurehead. He wasn't a leader. Aang was a figurehead. Sokka and Katara were the real leaders of Team Avatar.
Honestly, Sokka had the brains, Katara had the authority.
Sokka was the brains. Sokka was the organizer. Sokka was the real leader.
Okay.
Sokka was the reason that the war actually
Hear me out. All right. So if we want to look at the composition of Team Avatar, right? So let's go ahead and start with Aang. Aang is like your DPS. Well, he's your DPS. Hold on. He's the guy who's going to be actually on the party making sure that things get done. If things are going to die, hold on. If things are going
to be DPS because all he do is evade.
He
He
starts
not
with
doing
the evade,
damage.
but he's doing damage when he's evading. That's
No,
the kind of
Aang
the
is
idea.
battlefield
He
control
can't
at
'cause he
best.
running. He
Chaos.
doesn't like fighting.
Aang is battlefield control at best.
Yeah.
If you looking at Team Avatar, Toph
I am
is
looking at Team
DPS.
Avatar.
Toph
Toph
is
is
DPS.
no. Toph is your off tank. Let's be real here.
Super
That is
DPS,
that
bro.
is your off tank. It's your off tank, man.
Tell you
She's
what.
out here soaking up all types of damage, turning everybody's shit down, making sure that everybody gets through. Okay.
Okay, can I? I'm gonna stop you guys real quick because I understand y'all, right? Can you bring that list up one more time? I won't ask again. I swear, Z's.
No,
I'm a liar.
it's coming up. It's coming up again later.
There are. I'm not gonna say how many, but there are countless people on this list that have gotten advice and leadership, like ways to lead from somebody else. So I can't just say one's one to one and one's the other. So if I don't see Sokka on this list, I don't see Katara on this list. I see Aang. So Aang, knowing what he knows and how to, I mean, like he's the last Airbender, right? And at that point in the series, he's gonna have to figure out how to get more and then lead them. I mean,
But
that's pretty much what he was gonna do. So
he never really did that. He had a couple kids, but wasn't really a great father.
He wasn't a great father. He wasn't a great leader. He didn't lead them to prosperity.
He didn't
lead.
If we're talking about like in terms of,
I wouldn't know he was a good father or not. I wasn't around at that time.
No, but you could tell he wasn't a great leader because the mess that he left for what's the name to inherit showed. Like Korra inherited a mess when it came time for Republic City because Aang didn't properly lead them between
No.
I
the.
don't think that's,
I wouldn't even say that.
No,
I would say the
I
problem,
wouldn't.
Aang's problem was thinking that people and things can be hidden away until they are ready. His problem was taking Korra away from the world, and having the White Lotus keep her off by herself and away from the rest of the world until she was supposed to be there. He took any chance at experience away from her. That's not something you do as a leader.
But even as a leader,
that's not necessarily an Aang thing, though. That's every single Avatar has kind of had that issue, though. Yeah, like you got to think about it. They all once they figure out that you're the Avatar, right? The idea here is to raise you to a point where they are comfortable sending you outside to other countries to learn the other elements.
How?
And
When
when it
you're
comes
not
out,
supposed to find out you Avatar until you're 16.
that's not
Aang
going
was
to
just
happen.
a special case.
Ain't no way. Aang was a special case. Yeah,
How
but
is that? Like,
hell,
Korra
that's
said she was the Avatar as an infant.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Korra was also a special case.
Korra walked out
She was bending 3 elements at 3.
Special no more.
Korra walked out of her water bending mother's womb. Firebending.
That
sounds like
that
a
is
outlier.
It sounds scary.
Okay. Let me.
But the point is, Aang wanted the Avatar to have something that he didn't have, and that was structure. He came into the world as an airbender, being in a position where he was supposed to be taught how to keep the world in balance when it's a situation where the airbenders' number one thing that they have to do is keep balance within themselves and follow the traditions of that order. So if it's a situation where Aang has to be the only airbender out there, which means he has to be the example. There's no other option. It's not a situation where Aang can say, that's not his fault. I'm not saying that it's...
So Aang can't be by choice because he doesn't even want to be the leader.
Maybe even if you don't want to be a leader, doesn't mean you're against. Right. Like, leaders aren't really straight up chosen, right? You get to step up to be a leader. He had to step up to be a leader. He wasn't chosen to be one.
Right. So if I had to, so if it was a situation where I had to pick a leader out of this team, like I said, I agree with Kim Possible, but my number 2 was solidly Aang. It's not Like if the chips are down and someone's got to make a move, Aang's gonna make a move. It might be a move that is in the direction of the least amount of bloodshed, but he's gonna have made up his mind, and he's gonna say, "Hey, do this, that, and the third," to say we're not gonna go ahead and we're gonna stop this fight right the fuck now. Period. Mikey's
All I'm
right.
saying is when I look at the picture, Kim Possible is Robin, Miles is Cyborg. I hate to do that, but that's just kind of how it works out.
Why is he cyborg?
Black and good with technology.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time for the people.
Because he's black and nobody else here is good with technology.
Okay.
Wow.
My
So
bad.
who's Raven?
No, I bet.
Who's Raven?
Danny Phantom.
Oh,
And Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom.
Danny
That's fair.
Phantom is Raven.
Who's Beast Boy?
Yeah, that's who
Blossom
Beast
is
Boy is.
Starfire.
I'm gonna be mad.
Beast Boy.
Blossom is
Beast Boy is
Starfire.
clear, and Beast Boy
Yeah,
is
Beast
clear.
Boy's clear.
I'm saying,
It's clearly
in
there.
case you didn't know, green is an awesome color.
It's been. It's definitely been.
Blossom is Starfire. She looks all cute and cuddly, but that's probably the one that'll blow you up more than likely. So
Now, whoever made this list originally knew what the fuck they were doing for sure. Give them that.
Yeah, I'll give him that. It was a great list, and this has been a great episode. We've gotten a lot of discourse. We've gotten a lot of argument. Does anybody want to talk about any of the other stuff?
Not without trying to seize the means of production and do other things like that. But we're good.
Seems fair.
Slander. I have nothing else to say to y'all. Nothing else. Done
what
here.
happened?
Damn.
Cut it
all right.
off.
Shit. Okay.
Right.
Yee. All right.
Dismissed.
Right.
All right. Damn.
Well, on that note, I have been Maul, your favorite friendly neighborhood menace. You can find me on UNAB Network on Facebook. You can find me on BlerdxTrapHouse on Instagram and on TikTok because y'all president, not ours, has saved TikTok. Got to make that preference because y'all president,
Why would
not
you
ours.
say that?
Because it's not ours.
True. Allegedly.
Right.
Hey, listen,
It's not a
Because-
political podcast. That's not where we're going. Please move on.
Right. Right. You don't want me to cook. Please don't start me. I will start.
Everybody out here is gonna get upset.
I got you.
I'll do it on purpose.
Order in.
I got
Something
you.
about Trump and my fucking internet start going in and out. See? Don't
Yeah,
do it no more.
see?
Start twitching and shit.
Yeah, Asia didn't like that shit. Now I got you twitching and shit on your internet. My bad. I wouldn't happen again. I'm gonna let it go on this podcast. Jay Will, please tell the people who you are as we get ready to head out before I say anything else though.
I am Jay Will, the best Jay ever. Anywhere where you're gaming. I don't be around much these days. I'll be being the husband and the father and at work, and that's about it. But yeah, I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all.
Princess Mononoke.
Y'all heard what he said. That's me. I'm Princess Mononoke. What's good, y'all? You will probably catch me in like a week once I get back on US time on Twitch, on other places. I'll let you know once I get a good sleep schedule in. Yeah.
And what about you, Dwight? Nice man from Ohio.
I am here in the trap house every weekend when we have more than 3 people. So, beyond that though, look, I'm trying to play video games with y'all. I just gotta work out logistics, but I'll let you know when that happens.
Right. I be playing South of Midnight. Shona, what about you? Tell the people.
You can catch me anywhere on Steam or any other gaming platform playing games. because that's what I do besides going to work.
My boy feels so angry.
My
Great. That's all I do. After I just came back from my big trip from Japan, it's all I do is I play games.
Yep.
Feel so angry and so relaxed at the same time. I've never heard that before.
But I understand it 100%. It's the correct feeling. I just got back from like checking something off my bucket list, but I have to be an adult now. I'll do it, but I'm gonna complain the entire time. I get it, 100%.
I get it. And I hate to always do this, but we got to end on the bad guy. Mikey, please tell the people where to find you.
Honestly, anywhere that is Fluke the Villain, pretty much in all social media, even on Twitch. I'm getting actually back into doing that thing, kind of.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
and if you want to see him do that thing, make sure you find him and all of us at where we said and where we are. We'll be back next week. Probably. Yeah, I feel like next week's a good time. But anyway, it's been fun. We missed you guys as much as we missed each other, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
I'm awakened and I'm ready for the confrontation.